Hello. Hello, everyone. This is Micha, fertility coach. I'm your host, and you're here because you want to know how you can help yourselves to achieve pregnancy naturally, right? So, there is a common question that I get, and it's in reference how come um, I'm taking medication to balance my hormones, but it seems like my hormones are still out of balance. Like, what is the difference between medication and natural remedies, really? Right? So, what is the job of the pill is to send information to your cells to say, okay, stop producing whatever you need to produce. I will produce it for you. I will boost your hormones. I will give signals for all these systems to get activated. But then what happens to the rest of the processes, right? Because we are not just parts, separate parts. We are one organism that communicates between each other, and that's how we are we are able to sustain and to have to be alive, right? Because we cannot remove parts of us, right? We are one organism. So then when you send this information to the cell to say, okay, stop producing whatever you're producing because I'll produce it for you, your organism becomes in an idle state. So it's not doing its job. So, for example, you conceive and then your body does not realize that it needs to continue with the processes that once you conceive, you need to be able to sustain that pregnancy, right? Because the medication has told the cell to stop producing whatever you're producing, right? So what is the difference between the natural remedy? Then when we choose a remedy to help you in your particular situation, that remedy addresses the concerns that are in the organism, meaning if there is imbalance, the remedy will send a signal to activate your processes in order to start working. So medication says, okay, stop producing, I will produce it for you. And the remedy says, okay, hello, wake up, let's start producing what you need to produce in order to be into balance. So this is the major difference, right? One tells you what to do, the other empowers you to be able to take action and to be able to be responsible for whatever is happening in your organism, right? So that's why I keep saying that even if you're able to trick your organism into balance, then you have to remember that there is a chain reaction and, not to be surprised if you're not able to achieve, a healthy pregnancy, right? So that's the little detail that is missed when you go to the fertility clinic or the doctor's office, because they're only looking at the physical level, meaning that whatever they're looking at is through tests and blood work, right? The speed and direction of the sperm. These are all important factors. However, they do not give you information on the quality, right? So if there is an imbalance, hormonal imbalance, then think about how you can achieve hormonal balance. Because by taking medication, are you able to achieve hormonal balance? Are you able to give your body nutrients that are important for achieving hormonal balance with medication? Do we get nutrients and energy from medication, or do we get it from sleep, exercise, food? Okay. So this is very, very important that is being missed at the doctor's office. And I do understand we are wired to be, to be in that state that, you keep going to the doctor, you keep looking at results, and I need to figure out what it is. So you're in that cycle, and it's difficult to step outside and look at something differently, because once you're in the cycle, you're not able to be outside of that cycle to see what's happening, right? So that's why you do what you know, and you keep doing that. So why I'm coming here and talking to you today is to help you figure out that you need to step out of that cycle and see what you're missing, right? And also think about, what are you if you don't have energy? Because if you think that, she's talking about energy, she's talking about emotional stuff, she's talking about mental stuff, but I need to look at my blood work. And the blood work is the most important. Then tell me what you are without energy. What moves your blood? What moves your hormones? What creates your hormones? Think about that. Because if you do not realize that we need to look at you as a whole on mental, emotional, and physical level in order to achieve balance, then you still continue to be in that matrix of just, and the same cycle of repeating and going deeper into that, because once you're in that cycle, I know it's difficult to step out, And unfortunately, if you do not address the core issue that it's bringing you imbalance, then chances are very slim, right? So if you are thinking medication is going to help me achieve pregnancy, medication will help me achieve hormonal balance, medication will help my sperm be up to a few millions, it's going to increase the quantity, you're missing two other aspects. Because these are only the physical aspects, and the physical aspects are activated by the mental and emotional that drives your body. Okay? Let me know if you understood what I explained to you here. Let me know if that makes sense, or I may need to use other words, because I know when I am too close to something, it's difficult to see it from the outside. So presently, I'm asking you to let me know. Did you understand anything of what I've explained? What is the difference between medication and natural remedies? And what is the difference between looking at yourselves holistically? What does it mean? Versus looking, your doctor looking at you on just the physical level. All right, let me know. My name is Michaela. I'm a fertility coach. Have a great night. Bye-bye.